Wow, is this for real? Unbelievable but true. Let me talk to you about the $1 million no credit check business loan from Coastal Capital Group. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great and blessed as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to speak to you about a $1 million no credit check business loan from Coastal Capital Group. And one thing I want to say right off the bat, this video is purely educational, purely informative. We have no association, no affiliation with Coastal Capital Group. They have not paid us to do this video. And the overview, this is an unsecured, it could be unsecured, secure, or collateralized loan. Co-borrowers are welcome. The amount, $5,000 to $1 million. Startup is welcome. If you have a credit score of 450 minimum, that's fine. No business credit is okay. For revenue, you got to make at least $10,000 a month. This is the business revenue, okay? And one thing I want to see here is that Coastal Capital Group provides tailored business finance and alternative working capital and equipment leasing programs in the United States and Canada. So they cover North America except Mexico. And Coastal Capital Group does not actually lend the money. They have a very extensive network of banks that they utilize to secure the capital your business needs. So think about it as a loan marketplace. And the cool thing here is that you don't need to have a business established before you can even qualify for their program. No, if you have a startup and you have a solid business plan with 3 or 5 year cash flow projections, you can still qualify. So this is very good. And we love the fact that this lender or this loan marketplace is they have a strong customer service that we love. They are very innovative. They're constantly adding new products to their catalog of products. This is really good. And they do not restrict any business by industry, region, credit score, time in business, or equipment type. And they offer a wide repertoire of finance programs and have the capacity to tailor every transaction to their client's specific needs. Okay? And one thing I also love with Coastal Capital Group during our research is that they're constantly, I think I've said it before, they're constantly innovating. And once you apply and once you get approved, they will assign you a loan rep, and the loan rep will give you all the info you need. And they serve all 50 states in the US and Canada from $3,000 all the way to $10 million. But on average, what we have seen, it's more between 5,000 and 1 million. But they have the potential to go all the way to 10 million rather, depending upon the transaction. So they are open 24/7. They're located in New York. So they are in Huntington, the beautiful city of Huntington, New York. Let me talk to you about the types of financing you can get with Coastal Capital Group. Folks, in this show, I am talking to you about a massive business loan from Coastal Capital Group. Amount $5,000 all the way to $1 million, no credit check. No credit check at all. You got to have at least a revenue of $10,000 if you want to qualify for larger amounts though, okay? And so let's talk about the types of financing. They have a whole constellation of financing, especially if you are a startup or you are an established business, you will find this quote unquote supermarkets of business loans very, very interesting. So let's go through some of the financing types they offer. They have accounts receivable financing. So when we talk about no credit check business loans, it's not just term loan. They have other types of loans. So they have accounts receivable financing arrangements, asset-based lending, business acquisition financing. They even have a church financing program. They have commercial bridge loans. They have construction equipment financing arrangements. They have construction project financing for contractors. They have debt restructuring arrangements. They have equipment leasing. They have inventory financing. Let me ask you a question. Big decision time. Are you a startup right now? Are you an established business? Are you looking for ways to beef up your inventory? Are you looking for ways to finance your inventory? If that's the case, Coastal Capital Group can be a good option based on the flexibility they have on that front when it comes to inventory financing. They also have medical accounts receivable financing, medical working capital loans, merchant cash advance, problem credit financing. This is for folks who have bad credit or fair credit. Purchase order financing. They are pretty good at that too. They also offer revolving credit lines. This is really good. They offer small business loans. This is one of the reasons why you actually click on this video anyway. So small business loans are kind of cool. They also offer startup business finance programs. So if you're a startup meaning that you are less than 6 months old, okay? And they also have truck leasing commercial vehicles, truck leasing tractor trailer financing, and vendor finance programs. So you can see here that with Coastal Capital Group, you have a large repertoire of credit capabilities or credit possibilities. So this is pretty good. This is why we love them, given the fact that they are so broad. I want to talk to you now about the loans for small business. Again, this is why you actually click on this show. So I want to dig a little deeper here. Folks, just to contextualize, I am talking to you today about a massive business loan from Coastal Capital Group, no credit check needed. You can get up to $1 million approved in as little as 24 hours. This is really good. And terms from 3 months to 60 months with monthly, weekly, or daily payment options. So they actually offer 3 program options to meet the needs of any business. So they have the Premier program, the Coastal Fast Fund, and the Lifesaver program. So the Premier program, this is for businesses that have stronger credit, 2 years of business operation, good financials, and low risk industries. So here you have loans $25,000 to $500,000, and those are term loans for up to 60 months with monthly payments. The rates starting at the 5.49%, funding specifically in 7 to 10 days, sometimes even faster. That's the first tier. Then they have the second tier. That's the Coastal Fast Fund. This is for moderate credit. So this is their most popular program. So here you have the B2C tier credit levels, right? 6 months in business, small tax liens, okay? And you have $5,000 to $1 million. And this is for up to 36 months with monthly, weekly, or daily fixed payments according to risk levels. And funding is typically within 24 hours. And the third tier, that's what they call the Lifesaver program. This is for challenged credit. So if you have severe credit issues, you have been in business for a short time, if you have a higher tax liens and higher risk industries, they'll still take care of you. Here you get the financing from $3,000 all the way to $250,000 in as little as 24 hours, with emphasis on the business cash flow and without credit. And funding in as little as 24 hours. What I want to say here is that if you are in the third tier, the Lifesaver program for challenge credit, you better have a strong cash flow in your business. This is one of the ways that you can actually qualify for this loan, because they're not checking your credit, but they better check something. So they will check your financial statements and your bank statements, among other things. And applying is very easy. You can apply 24/7 through their secure servers for instant approvals. Okay, 3 steps. You apply online. Number 2, you receive contracts by email. You simply sign and return them electronically. And number 3, funds are wired directly into your business bank account. I want to talk to you now about the revolving lines of credit. This is kind of interesting also. Folks, in this show, I am talking to you about a massive no credit check business loan from Coastal Capital Group. Maximum amount approved, $1 million. Okay, and so let's talk about the lines of credit. So Coastal Capital Group has unsecured revolving lines of credit, and this is a great program. So they provide the capital you need for your business in today's tight credit environment. They actually have startup capital for your new business, and they also offer expansion capital for newer businesses. So just like startup finance, if you are in business for less than 2 years, you know how hard it is to get capital. So Coastal Capital Group can help you. And one thing I want to say here is that their criteria for qualifications are stricter for the revolving lines of credit than they are for the business term loans. So, for example, they actually might ask you for a signer or a co-signer. Okay, and in this case, they want your FICO to be above 700. So this is really, really high. You must not have any open collections, unpaid judgments, unpaid liens, no bankruptcies within the last 5 years, no more than 50% utilization of revolving credit accounts. So any accounts over 50% must be paid down, no open judgments or liens, low amounts of inquiries in the last six months, and no more than 2 or 3 per bureau. Now, let me ask you a question. Big decision time. Are you interested in a business term loan or a business line of credit? What is your company's financial situation at the moment? Talk to me about that. Because depending upon your situation, you might want to go for a revolving line of credit, then you want to go for a business term loan. Even though the revolving line of credit, the restrictions are tighter, they're higher. Okay, but again, even if you have bad credit, you can still qualify by finding someone, a co-signer, who has perfect credit, 700 and above. The thing here is that with the line of credit, you could do a lot of stuff. You can finance, you can finance a lot of things. You can finance inventory. You have access to short-term capital. You can finance staff. In other words, you can hire more people, and you can qualify for up to 250, in some cases, $500,000 in terms of lines. This is really good. And the only thing is that you might be required to pay monthly or daily or weekly, depending upon your risk spectrum. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. I'm speaking to you today about the $1 million no credit check business loan from Coastal Capital Group. And we have approvals going from $5,000 all the way to $1 million. Now, let me talk to you about funding for bad credit. So I've spoken to you about lines of credits, the different tiers that they have. Let's talk about funding for bad credit. In this show, folks, what we want to do is that we want to separate the different programs that they have. Okay, so you can see on the screen that they have problem credit programs, and this basically offers businesses with credit issues alternative business finance options. And Coastal Capital Group has been doing this for 20 years. Okay, they've been specializing in the bad credit loan markets for 20 years, so they know how to deal with virtually any situation and formulate a solution to provide you with the business capital you need. And they kind of consider many factors when approving you for a business loan with bad credit: the type of business, your use of funds, your personal credit profile, your business credit profile, your business cash flow — this is very important — collateral availability, accounts receivable on hand, and future sales assumptions. This is why it's important to always have a solid business plan. Okay, so you have extensive 3 to 5 year cash flow projections. So they can actually, they also love things like bad credit equipment leasing. They have sale and lease back. It's kind of good also. And they also have asset-based lending, cash flow-based lending, business credit only lending. They also offer alternative business finance options, accounts receivable financing, and merchant cash advance. So those are some programs that are in the problem credit category. One thing we have seen based on our analysis is that if you are in the bad credit category, a lot of loans you'll be offered through a Coastal Capital Group will be collateralized. Those loans will be asset-based, whether it is accounts receivable, merchant cash advance, revenue, all this is some kind of assets. So it is collateralized. But again, this is kind of cool because you have access to a large limit. You can use the money to expand your business to do more things. So this is not really that bad, okay? So good to know. Let me talk to you now about startup funding. Again, folks, I am speaking to you in today's conversation about a $1 million massive no credit check business loan from Coastal Capital Group. Minimum amount approved $5,000, maximum $1 million. In some cases, they can go all the way to $10 million. The cool thing here is that they have, besides programs for bad credit businesses, they also have a startup funding program. This is wonderful. You can see this on the screen, the snapshot of it. And Coastal Capital Group can actually help you and your startup get the credit it needs. So they have, for example, startup working capital. This is really good because the best alternative for startup businesses looking for working capital is the revolving lines of credit program. So this program provides unsecured revolving credit at great rates. And based on our analysis and based on our conversations with Coastal Capital, they say that the average client qualifies for $80,000 with average terms of 0% interest for the first 12 months and 10.9% thereafter. And you can use more than one signer, and the business gets the aggregate total of both signers' qualifications. And two average signers will qualify for $160,000 combined. This is really good. And so this is kind of good. You will need strong credit for this type of finance, but they can use a co-signer to help if necessary. The co-signer does not have to be a partner and does not need to prove income. So big decision time. Let me ask you a question here. Do you currently have a startup and are you struggling for financing? Do you have a bad credit or fair credit? And do you have someone, one of the partners who has good credit or excellent credit? If that's the case, then you can qualify for startup funding at the Coastal Capital Group. Okay. And we love the fact that they have several programs for startups. Whether you want to do equipment financing, you want to do accounts receivable financing, you need startup working capital, you need, for example, they have a great program for startup owner operator tracking. This is kind of good. And in this case, you can actually get funding for your owner operator tracking business. This is really good. And one thing we also love is that they make it very easy. They make it very easy and very fast for applicants to qualify. So this is really good to know. Now, last but not the least, let's talk about the application process. In this show, folks, just to contextualize the conversation, we are speaking about a massive $1 million no credit check business loan from Coastal Capital Group. Minimum loan amount $5,000. All credit profiles are welcome. Anyway, it's a no credit check business loan, so all credit profiles by default are welcome. Let's go through the application here. So if you go to the website here, you can see on the screen, you will click apply now. So first it will ask you for your business information. So you put your company name. If you're doing business as under a different name, put when the business was created, the company type. Next, you need to actually put, so we put LLC, you can put an S Corp or C Corp. You cannot be a sole proprietorship and qualify for this loan, okay? You need to put the business address. So what will happen is that the Coastal Capital Group will try to map where the business is located based on their algorithms. You put other info like your city, your business phone, your email, zip code. And then click next. Then your business financial information, your EIN, your annual revenue. This is important. They want you to have, they don't say it, but they want you to have at least $10,000 a month. That will help you qualify. Even if you have less than that, you can still qualify. They ask you for your average bank balance. This helps them determine liquidity. They want to ask if you accept credit cards. This is in case you want to get a merchant cash advance. And the desired loan amount, you need to specify that. You also need to specify the loan purpose. the average credit card value. It's important. The loan purpose here, we're showing you the constellation of choices you have, right? So it can be for business expansion, equipment purchase, new location, services, insurance, and so on and so forth. And click next. Here you have, so we have chosen for the loan purpose, we chose inventory, merchandise, or specified goods. All right. And there is no mortgage holder name, none of that. Click next, owner one information. So owner one, we put the email address, the owner one, the name of the owner, and the address, all that kind of good stuff. And we're showing you also, they're putting other information. The owner's social security number, of course, all the info here is fictitious. And so the date of birth, the zip code, the percentage of ownership, the annual income. And you can add a second owner if you want, or even a third if you want. So the next step is you click next step, sign. So once you sign, the system just process, it takes about up to 3 minutes to process everything. And then once everything is fine, they want you to review your documents here. And you need to sign your documents, put your email, you need to sign, and you click finish and save. And they will process the signed documents for about a minute. And then that's it. Thank you. So you receive a confirmation letter or email. And if you go to your email address, you will see that you can see on the screen that they give you they notify you. And then they ask you for pre-approval documents. Okay, here. And then they tell you that you have been signed. So you've signed everything. So they just notify you. And I'm showing you right now the documents they will send you. The Coastal Capital Group is for the first one and the second one. So everything that you each sign, they will send it. They'll send you a confirmation. That's it, folks. In today's conversation, I was speaking to you about the $1 million no credit check business loan from Coastal Capital Group. And I actually give you an overview, the types of financing, the loans for small business, the loans for, the revolving lines of credit, the funding for bad credit, the startup funding, and the application. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.